That's it. The IS200 turbo project can officially begin. The turbo kit is on its way, it's been ordered. Now I just have to wait for it to be assembled and shipped to me. But the most important thing was this. If you haven't seen the previous episode where I introduced the project, I'll put the link in the video description. The vehicle that's going to receive this naturally aspirated engine prepared for turbo is an IS200 Sport Cross. But it has a broken engine, so I needed to find a new engine. And here, a huge thanks to Nico, a subscriber, who sold and delivered this engine to me, which now has 250,000 kilometers on it. That doesn't worry me at all. Since it's a Toyota Lexus, it doesn't scare me one bit. And he also sold me a spare gearbox, just in case. Nico is building an IS200 for drifting by himself in his garage. I'll share his Instagram if you want to follow the project. These are the projects and people I enjoy following. Nico, thanks again. A working GFE. I trust him completely. It's in the engine room, and we'll handle it. This is going to be the first time I make this kind of video in a room. Engines with an engine build outside, a turbo setup outside of the car. So I'm going to take my time, I'm going to strip everything down, I'm going to clean everything, we're going to redo everything. The gaskets, the timing, everything, it's going to be cool. It's going to be nice to watch. And when the engine is ready, I'll bring the brake here to the garage. We'll take out the broken engine to put this one in. All right, let's get started. First disassembly, we're starting. The simplest things are that we're going to drain the engine first. The oil, the water that might still be left in the hose, all the way to the right, to the left, strip everything down a bit, make some room. The air conditioning lines are still there. I'll take you along. With the front camera, you'll see more and it'll be more convenient for me. All right, let's get started with the draining. Here we go. Go ahead, start it up. There shouldn't be more than 5 years. Subtitles ST501. Here we go. I'm also going to take off the lower oil pan. I think I'll redo the seal, repaint it, and check it as well. If the engine's bottom end is fine, I might replace the bearings, but I'm unsure. I'd like the reassurance, but I also don't want to mess with it. There are also a lot of little things to do everywhere, honestly, but the engine itself isn't bad at all. It's actually pretty good. The advantage, too, is that when it comes to the peripherals, if something goes wrong, I can use parts from the other one. And most importantly, what I haven't told you is that, originally, this wasn't the engine I was supposed to put in the car. I have another engine outside over there, next to the garage, which has 200,000 kilometers on it. But it's been outside for 6 months and I haven't even opened it. I don't know why. I preferred to use this one because it was complete, since the other one isn't. And I thought it would be less of a headache. At worst, I'll keep that one for parts as a backup, which isn't bad, especially since you might also see a gray Lexus IS200 sedan in the video. It's not mine, it's Thibaut's. He gave in and bought one, so he'll start a new project. For now, we're taking it easy, and soon we'll drive both our ISEs together, which will be great. I'm also going to remove all the belts. That's not a bad thing. Also, I'm going to turn it slightly. I'm going to remove everything on top to give it the yellow valve cover and put a little bit back. The wiring harness hanging like that, it's stupid that the harness goes right through the middle because it's really ugly. There's just one thing that terrifies me, as usual. It's whether I'll remember. Whoa, there are screws all over the place here. Will I remember where everything was positioned? Everything I'm taking apart, that's why, honestly, this video is important for me. Because if I ever have a problem, well, I'll just do the steps in reverse. And normally, I should be able to manage. Worst case scenario. Well, there's Thibaut, who has this incredible ability to analyze and simply understand where things go, even without having been there during the disassembly. All right, let's check the condition of the coils too. I feel like one of them has already been replaced. They're not cracked. Toyota coils, and that's cool. I don't know what this one is. Ah, there's a reference underneath, but there's no brand. Come on, it's stuck. What do we find? It's not bad, just a bit yellowish and hasn't been drained. It's often like this, but it's fine. No worse than other cars I've seen. The camshafts, on the other hand, are brand new, shiny chrome. It's nice, it's good to see. Oh yeah, everything is brand new. On the other hand, no, it's just that it turned yellow because, well, the oil must have burned a little, but nothing serious, damn. But it actually gives me really good access to the injection rail. So, since I also need to change the injectors, which are actually on the other engine, I'll have to remove them. That's not bad. Now, we're going to tackle the front part. Let's say the timing cover and the belts. I'm going to take everything off, and I think I'll leave it all open and put it back together at the end. Anyway, it's not a problem. Since we're in an engine room, I can leave the engine exposed. Just covering it with a rag will do. I'm asking myself a question now. Should I have given it a pressure wash or blown it clean before getting to this point? The more I take things apart and look inside the engine, the more dirt I see. It's disgusting and bothers me. The problem is, I don't have my Shine engine degreaser, so at worst, well, I can do that tomorrow. I feel like there are quite a few little things open. I'd prefer to remove the wiring harness entirely and seal all openings. You see the throttle body there? Put the valve cover back on. You just put 4 screws, that's no big deal. Wiring harness, cover it back up, valve cover, and clean it up. Today or tomorrow, I'll see. I removed the throttle body and parts off camera. I'm almost done with the wiring harness, so I'll just put the screw back in. It's not that complicated here. I hope we won't have any trouble putting everything back together afterwards. But from what I see, actually, there's not a single connector that's the same. Not sure if it's the same for all brands. Maybe that's a dumb question. Since connectors aren't identical and there are guides everywhere, it's hard to mess up. The wiring harness. Disassembling it creates a lot of space quickly since there's so much stuff. I'm also taking apart the alternator now. That way, at least I can take it out and it won't get wet. Yeah, I'm going to give it a quick brush because it's going to be a pain to put it back in. We'll meet again the next morning, that's it. We'll be able to clean the engine calmly. I went to get my little Shine engine degreaser. Now we're going to have to do something very important. I need to plug the intake and spark plug holes. Maybe I'll reinstall the coils, since removing them was unnecessary. Also, what about the exhaust holes? I'll redo the setup, plug everything in properly, then we'll take it outside, apply some product, and clean it. At least we'll have a clean engine. Things will be clearer, and I can keep working, especially on disassembly. The engine is all clean, so overall, it's okay. I haven't really scrubbed the valve cover yet, because I'm going to take it off to repaint it anyway. Same for the intake manifold. Overall, it's pretty much okay. I'm finishing drying it. All the peripherals, like the air conditioning compressor and bracket, are okay, especially there. The back was tricky, so we can't see it well due to the backlight. Overall, the engine is fine. The block turned out well. The back, always hardest to reach, is spotless, and everything is clean. The engine is okay. Now I'll keep drying it and take my time. I don't know if I'll paint the block right now, but no, I'll bring it straight into the workshop, and then we'll slowly start the disassembly, especially since I'm going to leave it sitting for a good week to let it dry, because I won't be here for a week. So we'll put it back in the engine room, let it dry, and we'll come back a little later. We're back a week later and back in the garage. Now we're going to start working on the mechanics. On the 1GFE, we'll start by calmly taking everything apart to get to the timing system. This will be my first timing belt job done entirely by myself. I initially wanted Nico, my teammate, to help. In the end, I realized that after everything we've done, I might be ready for my first timing belt job. By the way, I got some information. The turbo kit will arrive at the house in 2 days. So we're going to remove the last belt that's left. So, honestly, the timing belt isn't that bad in itself. You can tell it's a bit old, a bit dry, honestly, just like Thebo said. With the engine already on the workshop stand, I'm going to do as much as possible now for long-term peace of mind. Well, the crankshaft pulley is really stubborn. I don't know how I'm going to get it off. Maybe I'll have to heat it up or something, but I know these things are always tightened like crazy. I think this is going to be the only really annoying part of the timing belt job. Well, I didn't film it, but Thebo and I just went at the crankshaft pulley really hard with a big iron bar. It's a pain to block, it won't come off. So he told me to heat it up. There must be locked tight or something, so we're going to heat it. I'll try again later with the impact wrench. I'm going to heat up the pulley, I don't have a choice. So I'll heat the bolt to try to melt the Loctite. Because right now, I don't get how it's holding on so tight. Let's go. Well, it's impossible to get the pulley out. I don't know how I'm going to manage since I'm stuck with this. I may have one last backup. At home, I have a large impact wrench, a powerful tool that does over 1,000 newtons. The NL usually does 400, but we rarely tighten it that much, right? We've always loosened the pulleys with the NL before, but this time, I'm not sure. The guy who did the timing belt before went totally overboard with the tightening. So what I'm going to do is keep taking things apart. I'm going to remove the valve cover again, because like I told you, I wanted to repaint it. I'm also going to take off the variable valve timing with intelligence bracket. I'll bring all that home to clean it, prep it, and start repainting it. Well, first, I'll pick the color. And tonight, I have to come back to the garage and I'll come back with this little beater and see if I can take it apart. I want the engine to be fully assembled and running, with injectors and timing belt installed by the end of this video. Actually, where do I have more than the next episode? To throw away? The turbo and so on, after removing the old engine. And right now, we're going to bring the station wagon here to the garage to put it on the lift, to jack it up a bit. So, it's going to be a bit of a mess in terms of videos and content. Because right now, I'm held back by this, so I'm just going to go with it. It starts again anytime. I park the station wagon in the garage and show you the chassis. But it doesn't matter. This won't be structured, as I'm handling everything from start to finish. What matters is completing the project. Okay, I'm taking it apart again. The valve cover. Just like on the green Lexus, go take off this part. So the little filter and clean it, even though here it's very clean. Put it straight into the oil inlet to ensure my oil supply is well filtered. There you go, all new. All right, I'm putting it back on the bolt, but not fastening it yet because we're about to install the turbo's oil feed, so I'll leave it for now. I'm sorry about the structure of this video. It must be horrible to watch. I'm sorry. Actually, it's all over the place because I'm doing a lot of things at the same time. And this video has been in the works for almost a month now. It's very, very time consuming because there are delays in receiving parts. There's logistics to manage. That's it. For now, I've managed to remove it. Where is it, by the way? It's here. The bike screw is done, so I can move on to the timing belt. I need to remove the pulley, and I have a special tool I bought for the Yukon to do this, so I'll use it here. Normally it should work. Things are all over the place, but today there's something new. The station wagon is in the garage. Well, I'll show you, but you know it already. There you go. The station wagon is in the garage. I gave it a quick wash with the pressure washer this morning, so now it's all ready to go. The new engine, we're going to leave it here for a little while, just until I finish prepping the engine, and then we'll take out the old block and put in the new one. By the way, I was able to take a look underneath because I was wondering if it was rusty or not. Well, I have to say it's actually pretty decent. Well, the exhaust, that's not a big deal. But it's fine, you see. There are a few little marks, but nothing serious. So let's say, normally it should be in pretty good condition as far as the chassis is concerned. I'm excited to get it on the lift and see what needs to be done. I picked it up this morning, so it's already here and everything is in one place. And because I'm also going to change the injectors, which here are original. And on the other one, on the blue one, on the engine that's broken. I have the 1ZZ injectors for ethanol, so the valve cover is fine. I haven't started painting yet or picked a color, so nothing has changed. It'll be in this video. This video ends when the engine is closed up and ready to receive the turbo kit, which should arrive in a few days. Now, I'm going to show you the ball joint puller tool, chicken extractor, crankshaft puller. That's it, this tool from the brand Arach. It's American. I'm not sponsored to talk about it or anything. But what's really impressive about it, I'm not sure if this works for all crankshaft pulleys, but there are these little rods. I'll show you, it's easier. This is my first time using it. So basically, you screw this in and then you put a rod at the bottom. I don't know if this will really be compatible with crankshaft pulleys, other than the LS ones. No, I think this isn't the right one. Already better. There we go. Normally now we'll see. I'll take the gun, we'll see right away. There we go, meow. Well, you don't even need to force it. Yes, it's cool. This tool, very, very cool. We can keep going. It's really disgusting. I'm grossed out. I'll give it another wash before putting everything back together. I admit that for a first solo job, doing the timing with the engine out, you can hardly dream of anything better. Damn, they messed up the screw here. Oh, it's ruined the screw. For someone like me who's new to timing belts, this part gets tricky. This is the tensioner pulley, and this is the idler pulley. The water pump, well, it's fine. I think I just need to remove this, and I'll have access to the whole water pump to change it. I'm gonna try to understand the tensioner pulley first, like I was saying. The thing is, I really need to do as much as possible myself. That's kind of the goal of this project. I forgot a small step before starting to take everything apart. Maybe we should lock the timing belt. There are already some marks that were made. Ah, I could have removed the spark plugs, right? Okay, so now we're going to release the tensioner pulley. Let's move on to the water pump. We really need to take this apart. I don't know why I did that. There we go. All right, well, there it is. Come on. Yes, the gasket. The metal one that stayed on. Great, well, now I just have to clean that, put on some paste, and put the pump back on. It's going pretty well. I just had to move that to get the water pump out. It was a bit dumb on Toyota's part, but oh well. The water pump is off. It's done. I didn't put the belt back on right away because actually, Thebo reminded me of something. I haven't changed the camshaft seal and the crankshaft seal. I had the same problem on the Chaser. So now is the best time to fix it. I've cleaned up, removed the pulley, and ordered the seal. I don't know when it's going to arrive, but I'm going to take this part off too. To redo the seal there, clean everything, make it all nice and clean, and change that one as well. Normally, it arrives pretty quickly. I ordered it directly from the Toyota suppliers, so it should get here fast, and I'll get back to it later. I'm going to take it apart, remove the seals, and take the opportunity to do the injectors too, which I'll get from the other wagon. All right, I'm going to clean all the gasket surfaces and I'll get back to you. For the next step, I just cleaned the cover. Everything is clean, and it's actually a good thing that I took it apart because actually I wanted to repaint it, so tomorrow I'm going to repaint everything. The valve cover and the front of the valve cover, basically, if you can call it that, like that. By the time I get the Arborcombe gasket, well, that way it'll have plenty of time to dry. I haven't completely decided on the color I'm going to paint it yet, even though I have a little idea. But at least for now, the part, it's clean, washed, and good. I warned you, it's everywhere. I haven't finished timing yet. Next, I'll paint the valve and Arborcombe covers, then work on the injectors. We're working on the engine. Removing the fuel rail, we're going to change the injectors. Here we go. Oh yeah, we're going to do something important too, because the injectors in the wagon are blue 1ZZ ones. Like I told you, there's still a chance they might be Chinese injectors. We'll test them to confirm all 6 have the same flow rate and no issues. To install working injectors, I won't hide that it's getting extremely hot here. It's 5 post-meridian, but still very hot. Here in the garage, there's no ventilation, there's no air conditioning. In the room where I am, I'm going to get the injectors from the station wagon outside, which is in the blazing sun. I'm not taking the camera with me. I'll do it as quickly as possible and come back. When I have the blue injectors, that's good. I've got the injectors. So, the blue ones are the ones that were on the broken engine, which are supposed to be compatible with ethanol. So, they have a higher flow rate. These are the original ones. But above all, what I see is that there's the seal here, and there's a kind of little spacer at the end. They're not on all of them, and only the seal stayed on the car, not the spacer. 2 are missing, so I'll check. Why, if it's useful, And maybe not necessarily useful since after that, it's directly in the hole. That's from the engine. But first, I'm going to buy new seals too. The seals from here and the seals here. So I'm not going to put everything back together today, that's for sure. I'm really exhausted. It's so hot outside. It's horrible. Anyway, time for the test. All right, the test is over. It's not great. I'll show you the first one. So the first one is okay. With the second one, we're at 31 versus 30.5 for the second, so that's good. But the third one, it went off the rails. We're at 41, and that one, on the other hand, is completely off. It's exactly at 21. So the first two are good, or at least have the same result. He knows why he injects more, while others inject less or not enough. Only he does it right. It's a mess anyway. After Thibaut's grandpa, he tells me that since it's been a good year and a half since they've run, we're going to make them spit a little. We'll put them in the ultrasonic cleaner. We'll see if they're not clogged or something. But still, even now, the signs are already pretty clear to say that these are potentially Chinese injectors. Sorry about the noise, but I gave them an ultrasonic bath and we'll test them again. We'll see if it works, since I just realized something. So I don't know if we'll be able to see them. No, we won't. But there's still a Denso reference marked, and I wonder if the Chinese are even putting the Denso reference on them. So, ultrasonic bath for 10 minutes, and then I'll test them again. I'm still going to test them out of curiosity to see if the ultrasonic bath made a difference. But it's funny how in just 10 minutes of testing, a lot of things can happen. I talked with Ophelio, the guy with whom I actually did a test on his IS turbo car at Castellet, the one who caused the situation I'm in right now. He told me the Blue One ZZ injectors are only good for assembling, not enough otherwise. Very low boost on 98, aiming for 0.7 bar, so mid boost, and on ethanol, so it still won't be enough. So, either I go with 550 Bosch injectors with harness and rail adapters, or he's going to send me the link to a kit to buy some 730s. All done. The complete pre-installed kit, so I'm waiting for that. But in the end, no need. There you go. No need for that Chinese junk. So yeah, it's all going in every direction again. Here, the video. I think I'm going to stop here for today because, anyway, I can't move forward. I don't have the seals. I don't have the parts. I have nothing. So, see you in a few minutes back at the house. I wanted to show you something I got. I told you I wanted a more stylish, colorful engine bay, but I'd also like to have a gauge cluster. I don't know if you've ever seen the gauge clusters of a Lexus IS200, but they're really very, very, very unique. Notice how this gauge cluster resembles a fine watch. It's genuine watchmaking. So why am I showing you this? For two reasons. The first is that I'm going to open it up and try to do a bit of customization inside. Because I've seen some things on the internet, honestly. And there are a lot of ideas for modifying this gauge cluster, except that the gauge cluster from my IS200, because it's not this one. I don't want to mess up, so I bought one, as you can see, with the glass completely broken, just to practice, simply. And, in the worst case, it'll make a great decoration in my living room. And this gauge cluster, can you guess where I found it? I bought it on Ovoco. If you don't know Ovoco, it's just amazing. It's a website that actually lists junkyards all across Europe, centralized on one site. That means when you're looking for a part, instead of going to 10 or 15 different sites to try to find your part, you go on Ovoco. You enter your car, you enter the reference for your part. They have several million parts, and you're sure to find what you need. I've worked with them for over a year. Fast delivery at a fair price depending on the item. I want to stress, if you buy a car door, obviously the shipping costs will be high. But if you buy a dashboard, I paid 10 euros for shipping, so that seems pretty reasonable to me. Especially now that there's a promo code. There's no set duration, so it could end at any time. It's available now. Get 15% off shipping. I'll share my promo code here. And most importantly, with Ovoco, you also have returns, meaning if the item doesn't fit you, you can send it back. It's definitely cheaper than buying new. And what I like about it is that it's kind of like shopping at a market. You browse the site and choose items you want. Honestly, there's no competition. It's really well done. I'm happy to work with this partner because I trust them. You always get exactly what's shown in the pictures. And if it doesn't work out, you can return it. I knew the gauge's glass was broken, which is why I got it cheap. I don't need the glass. For me, it's the inside that I need. I'll put a link in the video description, and as the first pinned comment, directly to the website. Go ahead, click, browse around, check the prices of your parts, treat yourself. That's what it's there for. It allows me to keep this kind of partnership going and, as a result, to keep doing tuning. Come on, let's get back to the engine room. 5 days later, I'm finally able to reassemble the timing system. It's still very hot. I received the camshaft oil seal and a new camshaft bolt as a set. Not separately, but that's fine. I'll install the new part and crankshaft oil seal, then the other oil seal. I'll show you. I also repainted several engine parts, including the one that fits there. I don't know if you remember, so I don't know what you call it. Maybe the water pipe, basically. The part that allows water to circulate in the engine. So, I kept it simple. I repainted it black. We're going to put it back on. We'll put in a new gasket and everything else. And then I'll move on to the small oil seal that's right there. There you go. The water pipe is done. It's finished. Now we'll move on to this and use the new oil seal. So normally you shouldn't put oil here. Gasket paste here. But on my AJZ, we had some problems. So we're going to put a little bit here, a little bit inside here, but really just a light amount. We'll do it right in the end. Correction. There's a hole for the oil down here. I'm not going to put any there. It stinks. And judging by the color of the part, it looks like there's quite a bit of oil circulating. It's not the same lubrication system as an AJZ, but it uses the same Specialty Products Incorporated seal system. I'll trust the Toyota seals since I bought them again, and we'll use them. Well, that's kind of a mess. There are no screws to remove it. It's supposed to come out like that, except obviously it doesn't, so I'm gonna heat it up and try to take it out. And there we go, perfect, there it is. Now, we're going to remove the seal here and replace it. We'll put everything back together, reinstall the timing system, and things should be a bit clearer. All right, it's done. Everything is assembled. So I put the crankshaft gear back on, the little Woodruff key. Everything is okay. The oil seal has been replaced, and now I'm waiting for Thibaut to come and show me how to install the timing system. Because before we did the oil seals, I had tried, but I think there's a specific way to put it on, and I don't know how to do it. So I'd rather have him explain it to me than mess it up like usual. There's also something else I did that I didn't film, which is the valve cover. I still need to put it back on and change the spark plugs, which I'll do in a few days. I repainted the valve cover but didn't film it, so I'll just show you the result. I'm not done yet. I still need to add the clear coat. I'll return in a couple of days for that. It's unique, and while not everyone will like it, I do. Like I said, I wanted a bit of a stylish engine bay, and above all, I'm going for a 90s style with 90s colors. So, I'll show it to you, and you can discuss in the comments to let me know if you like it or not. Anyway, I'm not disappointed and I like it. That's the main thing, after all. It's my car, first and foremost. So I'll put the clear coat on, and then I'll come back to install it. But first, timing belt.
You're not going to film me just to put on a timing belt, are you? He throws that around my neck again and again.
Show me how it works.
Go to work, squat down, I'm tall.
Okay, please go slowly so I can understand.
He doesn't like me, he puts things back.
What is it? I didn't put it back.
The screw there.
Oh, I forgot to put the pulley back on top.
But him I didn't even notice, I was even down below. Me?
Stop it, he's not stupid. No, I didn't repaint, he's dumb.
He calls me a marker on the cover.
The marker's right here, stop it.
And the shell, you bought it there.
No.
We're going to give it a shot.
Yes, but...
It's only been put there temporarily.
Yes, that's serious.
You'll write a memo.
Go ahead, so that's it. What is it? The craziness.
There's no craziness then. Actually a belt, the timing belt, you have your tensioner pulley, it's there on the left, so you start from the bottom of your bike, you tighten your belt. Always the opposite of the tensioner pulley.
Are you tightening it there? Yes, no, it was like that last time.
There you go.
I struggled too. That's exactly why I thought I'd go check something out.
You were struggling. There you go, right?
We didn't forget anything before breaking the tensioner.
Snap. You put it between the two things. Isn't there something there? Yeah, you wedged it between the two. You put.
That's new. It's good. I put that new.
We're facing it now, yeah?
We're facing it. There was a guide at the top up there. Yeah, there's a guide. So you removed it, but nothing happened.
No, here. It tightens. It's automatic. The tensioner. So now you always check. Before starting, you do your turns. You do 4 turns of the crankshaft. Yes, you check if you're still aligned.
After 4 turns or after 2 turns, 4 turns.
If we do 4, at least it confirms that
You're good.
you're good. Okay.
I can do it. I'll remove the candles maybe.
You check your tightening, all that. You make a cocky note.
I turn the engine with the spark plugs out for easier turning.
Yes, but say it about the spark plugs.
Yes, you haven't changed them yet.
You have to change them. Yes, I have to change them. Take them out. You drop them.
Okay, good, perfect. I'll be back in 2 days.
You could have done that.
Today is the final day to close up the engine, and after that, we'll be ready to install all the turbo components. I won't stay long, and we'll do this quickly since we're in a heat wave. It's 40 degrees outside, and I'm not handling it well. It's extremely hot. I'm turning on the fan. I did a customization on the valve cover. I can't remember if I mentioned it in the previous clips or not. Some will like it, some won't. But I love it and am proud of what I did. I'll show you. Here it is, and I'm putting it on. Here it is. You saw it, I went for it. I had a little fun trying, for the first time in my life, to do a kind of gradient on the valve cover. As I said, I wanted something fun with a 90s style. You'll see, you'll understand later. When we get to the turbo, I have some very specific ideas in mind for it. I know some people won't like it, I know some will. Personally, I love it. I used 2 Montana spray cans and varnish. Really happy with the result. The plan is to put in the new valve cover gasket, replace the gaskets around the spark plugs, change the spark plugs, close everything up, and the engine will be done. We're going back home and we're going to edit this video, so the new gasket. I'll replace the spark plugs before reinstalling the valve cover to avoid any damage. Is that okay? Why isn't it going in there? Oh damn, I installed them backwards.